Hi winners! Welcome to Terry's Tips, guys. Get a notebook, get a pen. In this video, I want to talk about 3 steps to delete medical collections from your credit report, guys. I want to give you the step-by-step process to delete medical collections. No fluff. I give you everything, okay? I'm going to dispel some myths, and I'm even going to add 2 bonuses, guys. So make sure you listen all the way through to the end, because you know I'm going to drop nuggets to the entire video, guys. You still have time to invest in credit leverage lifestyle, because if you get value from my free videos, you can only imagine what my online courses, what my group coaching, what my one-on-one hands-on programs are actually like, guys. So check the description of this video for my link tree. And if you are new, welcome, guys. My name is Terry. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, mother, YouTuber, investor, but more importantly, personal and business credit guru, guys. So make sure you subscribe. I upload brand new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and I'll do my nugget at the end. So let me dispel some myths real quick, because there's a myth going around that medical collections do not impact your score. False, guys. Anything on your credit report can impact your score, period. And to be honest, collections, depending on the amount and the date and what else is on your report, can impact your score between like 20 and 50 points, guys. It's pretty heavy. The reason why you hear like this language saying it doesn't really count is because sometimes when you're applying for things like a mortgage pre-approval and say your scores are good, your income is good, your down payment is good, everything else is pretty good, and maybe like the only negative item may be some medical collections on your reports, sometimes the underwriter or the processor will kind of overlook it or still approve your file. But that's not the truth for everybody, guys. So this is where deleting medical collections, deleting inquiries, this is low hanging fruit. These are things that can be done very easily, especially if you're transitioning into business credit, guys. You want no unpaid medical bills, unpaid collections on your reports at all. It's a big no for business credit as well, guys. So that is a myth. So let me jump right in. So guys, so the Department of Health and Human Services, okay, it is true that if you have a debt, a medical debt, and it is not paid, guys, they do have the right to try to collect. And part of those rights is that medical provider, guys, and you need all this background information to execute this plan, is that the medical provider can sell your information or use a collection agency to kind of go after you. That's how medical bills get on your credit report. However, guys, this is the loophole. This is the nugget. Pay attention. Even though the medical providers can use outside resources, sell your debt, use collection agencies to try and collect from you when there is an unpaid medical bill, debt, service, whatever, there's very limited information that they can use to give that third party because of HIPAA. Write that down. And some of you guys are like, well, I tried to dispute it and use HIPAA, right? I've tried that before, but a lot of you guys have not done it the right way, or you've done it over the phone, or you've already entered into a verbal agreement. In this video, I'm going to give you the right way. And a lot of times you can still exercise your rights. And so what that means is that the medical provider can give, pay attention, the collection agency your name, your address, your date of birth, your social. They can give the medical providers like name and location, guys. However, they can also even give your payment history. However, they cannot, per HIPAA, right? And HIPAA is basically a law put in place to protect your privacy when it relates to medical information. The medical provider cannot give the collection agency or a third party or a debt collector information about like your medications, the type of service it was, any kind of details about, the procedures. So for example, if you're on the phone with the collection agency and they're like, you owe us for these pain medicines from this car accident, that's a violation. They're not supposed to know it was pain medicines. They're not supposed to know it was a car accident. If they say, hey, you owe us for anesthesiology for fertility clinics, that's a violation. They're not supposed to know it's for anesthesiology. They're not supposed to know it's for fertility. So the loophole, guys, is that when these debt collectors and collection agencies have too much information about the medical procedure, too many details, information about the diagnosis, information about the medical like pills and prescriptions and things of that nature, is a violation of your HIPAA rights. So this is the loophole that you guys are kind of exercising to get these inaccurate, unfair things off of your report. You must understand this part, okay? Because in the 3-step process, you're going to exercise your rights underneath of HIPAA. And always remember, guys, HIPAA violations are hefty. Some of the fines are up to $10,000. So an educated consumer, guys, is a consumer that gets things deleted. And so a lot of times a collection agency is not going to push a $500 bill, a $1,000 bill that is going to actually make them result in a $10,000 HIPAA violation. Okay, so step number one, guys, is getting a copy of your report from annualcreditreport.com. I always recommend that website because it gives you the most detailed information, and it will give you the information for the collection agency, their address, their phone number, and it will give you the information for the actual medical provider. Guys, you need as much information as possible to actually dispute this the right way. Remember, we're getting it deleted in 3 steps. So step number one is a copy of your report specifically from annualcreditreport.com. You're pulling all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Guys, you are downloading those reports and saving them to your desktop, or you are printing them out. And then you're going through and you're figuring out which items you're actually disputing that are medical related. Anything you know that's related to medical items, okay? That's step number 2, the low hanging fruit, and usually 95% of collections get deleted in this part right here, is disputing it directly with the credit bureau. Now listen to me, this is where a lot of you guys make a mistake. You're not doing the dispute online. You're not doing the dispute over the phone. And if you've already spoken to the collection agency, guys, and verbally agreed to a payment arrangement or a settlement, you have already validated the debt. This is where a lot of you guys make a mistake. Or you use these credit repair companies that don't really know what they're doing, right? And they've kind of did a blanket, like kind of very minimal dispute and validated the debt. And now you guys are not able to kind of get it off the right way. I still say try to do it the right way. If you've tried before over the phone and didn't get it deleted, if you've tried before online and didn't get it deleted, if you've tried before through a credit repair company and haven't gotten it deleted, guys, try it the right way with these steps on your own, which is the key. You're not using some kind of form letter or some kind of template. You're writing your own letter. So you're writing a letter to the credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Guys, you can just Google their address. Regular Word document includes your name, your address, your social, your date of birth, because you need to prove who you are. They can actually pull up your credit file, right? You're sending 2 forms of ID, driver's license and a utility bill. Make sure the name and address match. Or 2 utility bills, guys, if the address on your driver's license does not match your current address. Okay, so 2 utility bills or a driver's license and a utility bill to prove who you actually are. List the companies you are disputing. So you are going to say the collection agency's name, the account number, what you are disputing, and what you want the result to be. Follow me. So you're going to say NCO Financial, account number 1234567. This is an inaccurate bill and a violation of my HIPAA rights. I want this disputed and deleted. Include all 4 items. So some of you guys are like, delete my medical collections, and that's why it's not getting removed. Or you're like, delete the negative information. That's why it's not getting removed. You must be specific in your letters, guys. And you don't need a whole bunch of words. You don't need a whole bunch of per section 609 and this. You don't need all of that. Just be specific. That's how they know it's a valid dispute coming from you, the consumer, and not some credit repair place. That's why it's a higher level dispute. Company name, account number, why you're disputing it, it's inaccurate, it's unfair, it was paid by collections, I don't recognize this provider, it's outdated, whatever it is, it's a HIPAA violation. And you can say in your letter, I never signed a HIPAA release with this alleged company, because you probably haven't signed our HIPAA release with the actual collection agency. Say, I want this disputed and deleted. Guys, list it as a list. If there's 3 collections, you can list it all on the same letter. That's a nugget right there. All on the same letter. You don't have to do 1 collection January, 1 collection February, 1 collection March. Complete nonsense. If you have 5 medical bills, you list all 5 on the same letter. Got it, guys? And guys, you don't even have to be like super overwhelmed with customizing these letters. Write 1 great big letter, make 3 copies, send it to all 3 credit bureaus. I do recommend, guys, if you send it a U.S. priority or certified. It doesn't cost that much, guys, but you want to track it because by law, they have 30 days. How long, Terry? 30 days to dispute the information. So you want to track when you sent it out and when they received it. That way you can make sure that they respond to you in a timely fashion, okay? So you're mailing your letters to the credit bureaus directly. That's a disputed. Step number 3, you are also going to send a debt validation letter to the collection agency. This is why you need your annual creditreport.com copy, because with the annual creditreport.com copy, it is going to have the name, the address, and the phone number of the collection agency reporting the information. Critical, guys. Critical, because you always want to dispute it with the entity reporting the information. This is another big mistake that you guys are making. Loophole, nugget. Sometimes it'll be like a medical bill for, I don't know, an x-ray or anesthesiology or ambulance. And that medical provider may send it to 3 companies. Well, 2 may be on your dining room table in mail. 1's on your credit report. You guys are not paying attention to the entity reporting the information. You're disputing it with like whoever you see of mail or whoever's calling you, and you're forgetting the actual company who's reporting it to the credit bureau. Nugget here. Always dispute the information with the entity reporting the information. That means you get a copy of your report and you're looking specifically at the name and address of the creditor reporting it, and you're disputing it with them also, okay? And you're just sending them a debt validation letter. Again, I don't buy and sell letters, guys, because they don't work. You literally, all you're doing is the same thing you're saying it to the collection agency, your name, your address. You're saying, I have a medical item on my credit report. Here is the information. I don't recognize this debt. This is unauthorized. This is a HIPAA violation. Please validate this debt and send me everything you have. It doesn't have to be like there's certain information that they have to send to you. You're just sending it and writing to the collection agency too. So it's a 2-part, like this is 2 whammy. Letter to the credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, letter to the actual collection agency, guys, and you're waiting for them to respond. Now, when they respond, right, and you're doing it at the same time, when they're responding, if they respond back and they don't send you a HIPAA release, or they send you too much information, or they're unable to validate the debt, then that is cause for it to be deleted, guys. And usually just through that process right there, either the collection agency will have it deleted or the bureau will delete it because it can't be validated. But if you get back all this medical bills or copies of your bills, that is a violation. So then you can contact them again directly and say, this is a HIPAA violation. You're not supposed to have my medical procedure. You're not supposed to have the medicine. You're not supposed to have XYZ. I am now demanding that you delete this completely and don't contact me again. That's all you're doing, guys, right? And usually with that debt validation process, they realize that they've kind of made a mistake, and that ceases it right there, okay? So now, if for any reason they don't delete the item, or they do a violation of your rights, or they're not complying with you, you can escalate it. Write these 3 places down. You can put this in your letter too. Hey, you have violated my rights. I am now going to escalate this and file a formal complaint with the Consumer Protection Bureau, the Federal Trade Commission, and the Office of Civil Rights, who also handles HIPAA violations, guys. Again, a lot of times it's just not worth it for the collection agency. So when they know that you are an educated consumer exercising your rights, they're like, okay, like we really did violate their rights. We're just gonna like leave it alone, close the file. So write those 3 things down, and you can actually escalate it to those places as well if it's a medical bill that's going back and forth and back and forth. Now, another bonus, guys, is if it's a valid negative debt and you've already either entered into the item, or you have, it is a valid negative debt, or you know that you actually owe the item, then you can also do a pay for delete. Try to do a pay for delete with the actual creditor first, meaning like, hey, this was the ambulance bill. I've been impacted by COVID-19. I know my insurance didn't cover this all. I'm going through a financial hardship. It's $500. I will give you $200 right now in agreement for this deletion to this unfair debt that was no fault of my own. You know what I mean? And if it truly is a valid negative debt, or you've already validated, you've already entered into agreement, guys. This is a nugget. This is one of my other videos. When you're speaking to these collection agencies directly, and there's on a recorded line, as soon as you guys are like, yeah, I meant to pay that, you have now verbally entered into a contract of payment with them. Now it's like they can kind of go after you because you agreed to it. That's why it's on a recorded line. So if you made a boo-boo, still try to do it the right way, guys, but then go to negotiating a pay for delete. Got it? All right, guys, and so recap. And another nugget here, guys, is that a lot of times some of these collection agencies, some of these medical bills are like $20, $50, and you guys are like, oh, it's not that serious. Guys, it actually is, because the date of collection is what's more important. It could be a $5,000 collection, it's like 3 years ago, and it could be like a $100 bill that was put on last month, and that $100 medical bill can drop your score even more because of how recent it is. So do not think just because it's a small item, it's not hurting your credit. It's the fact that it's an unpaid collection and how recent it is that is killing your score. Guys, I've gotten like 19, 20 something collections deleted from my clients' files that are medical bills. It's super easy to do. Got it, y'all? And for my nugget, guys, I want you to do a snapshot. Do a snapshot of where you are, how you're ending the year. What is your finances? What is your income? What are your assets? What are your liabilities? How is your health? How is your relationship? What are your goals? Really do a deep dive into where you are right now, and then be intentional. Plan out businesses. Do like the first quarter. The first quarter, I want to have these things paid off. First quarter, I want a mortgage pre-approval. First quarter, I'm starting my business. First quarter, I'm losing 30 pounds. First quarter, I'm finding my king or my queen. I'm getting engaged and getting married. Hey, first quarter, I'm doing, I'm having a better relationship with my children. I'm reading, I'm tithing, add community. Guys, be intentional with your life. Stop just going through, day by day like zombies, letting life happen to you. You have the power to create your reality. So guys, paint the picture and do it right now, because when you dictate how you want the year to go, I promise you it will manifest. Amen. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and have a super amazing day on purpose.